Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we're diving into something super serious and incredibly important. We're peering into the looking glass of our planet's future, unmasking the potentially tragic scenarios that lie ahead of us. From the frightening acceleration of climate change to the alarming extinction rates, water crises, rising sea levels, the plight of our oceans, the troubling air quality dilemma, and the urban heat island effect. Grab your snacks, but don't get too comfortable because these facts are a real wake-up call. First up, climate change isn't just happening, it's accelerating. Picture this, a snowball rolling down a hill, gathering speed, growing larger, faster, more unstoppable with each passing moment. That's the current state of our climate crisis. It's not a distant future peril, but a present, escalating threat. Scientists are sounding the alarm with increasing urgency. They warn that if we persist on this carbon-fueled path, we're fast approaching a point of irreversible damage, a tipping point beyond which there's no turning back. And we're not talking about centuries down the line, we're talking about within our own lifetimes. Now, what does this acceleration look like in tangible terms? It's extreme weather events, more frequent, more ferocious, more destructive than ever before. It's hurricanes tearing through towns with unprecedented force. It's wildfires engulfing vast stretches of land, leaving behind charred ruins where vibrant ecosystems once thrived. The acceleration of climate change isn't a hypothetical scenario, it's a reality we're living, breathing and enduring right now. Each heat wave, each flood, each drought is a stark reminder of this urgent crisis. So let's not mince words here. The situation is dire. Climate change isn't knocking politely at our door anymore. It's barging in, uninvited, wreaking havoc on our home, the only home we have. It's real, it's now, and it's getting worse. Next, we're currently experiencing what scientists call the Sixth Mass Extinction. The term mass extinction might sound like something out of a science fiction movie, but it's very much a reality. It's a period in Earth's history when a significant proportion of all life forms disappear forever. We've had 5 of these cataclysmic events in the past, but what sets the sixth apart is that it's not caused by a meteor impact or volcanic activity. This one's on us. Yes, the human race. Our activities, particularly deforestation and pollution, are pushing species to the brink and beyond. Imagine a world without the vibrant flurry of butterflies, the melodic songs of birds, or the majestic stride of elephants. We are wiping out species up to 1,000 times faster than the natural rate. This is not just about losing the beauty and diversity of our planet. It's about destabilizing ecosystems that we, as humans, rely on for our survival. The loss of species means the loss of pollinators for crops, the loss of natural pest controls, the loss of the plants and animals that could hold the key to medical breakthroughs. The ripple effects are unimaginable. If we don't take action, many animals and plants we love and need could be just memories. The time to change our course is not in the future, it's now. Because once we lose these species, there's no bringing them back. Fact number 3. Our water supplies are in jeopardy. From towering frosty glaciers to humble local reservoirs, the sources of our world's water are facing unprecedented threats. Climate change is causing glaciers to shrink at an alarming rate. These icy giants, often dubbed as water towers, feed rivers across the globe. As they retreat, so does the life-giving flow they supply. In many regions, we're also seeing a rise in severe drought conditions, leaving reservoirs bone dry and communities parched. This is not a problem confined to arid regions alone. Even areas once abundant with rainfall are now grappling with dry spells. But let's not forget, water scarcity isn't just about quenching thirst. It's a crisis that cuts across various facets of our lives. Agriculture, the backbone of our food supply, depends heavily on water. Without it, our crops wither, livestock suffer, and food security is compromised. Hygiene, too, is intrinsically tied to water availability. Adequate sanitation and cleanliness, critical to our health and well-being, become near impossible without a reliable water source. And let's not overlook its role in industry and energy production. Without water, factories grind to a halt, and power plants can't produce the electricity we rely on daily. In essence, water is not just a basic human need, it is the lifeblood of our societies. And yet, we're on a trajectory where this vital resource could become scarce. Imagine a future where water is as precious as gold. Let's talk about rising sea levels. We've all seen the wonders of ice, but imagine that ice, colossal in size, located at the poles of our Earth. Now picture it melting, steadily, relentlessly. That's precisely what's happening to our polar ice caps, and it's causing sea levels to rise globally. This isn't just about a few more inches of water on the beach, It's about the potential for catastrophic flooding of coastal cities. Places where skyscrapers kiss the sky and millions of people call home. Now imagine these vibrant metropolises like New York, Miami, or even entire island nations like the Maldives, gradually vanishing beneath the waves. These aren't just distant speculations, but potential realities that scientists warn us about. As the world warms, ice melts and the sea expands. These factors together contribute to a rise in sea level that could reshape our planet's coastlines. This isn't merely a geographical issue, it's a deeply human one. If sea levels continue to rise at their current rate, millions of people who live in low-lying areas could be displaced. They could lose their homes, their livelihoods, their communities. We could be looking at a humanitarian crisis on an unprecedented scale. The ticking clock of rising sea levels is a stark reminder of the urgency of our situation. The world as we know it is changing, and we must act to mitigate these changes. Millions of people could be displaced, creating a humanitarian crisis on an unprecedented scale. Our oceans are suffering too. This statement, as simple as it may sound, carries the weight of an alarming reality we're facing today. The vast, seemingly infinite depths of our oceans are not immune to the destructive touch of mankind's activities. The oceans absorb a staggering amount of the heat and carbon dioxide we produce. While this might sound like a good thing at first, the reality is far from it. This absorption leads to a phenomenon known as ocean acidification. Just like how too much soda can cause a tooth to decay, the increased acidity in the oceans wreaks havoc on marine life, particularly on the delicate coral reefs. These reefs are not just beautiful underwater landscapes, they are crucial for the survival of a myriad of marine species. They serve as breeding grounds, as nurseries, as feeding grounds, and as havens from predators. But as acidification intensifies, we are witnessing a devastating bleaching of these coral reefs, leaving them ghostly white and devoid of life. The consequences don't stop at the water's edge. The decline of these underwater ecosystems could trigger a dramatic decrease in fish populations. This isn't just a problem for the fish or the other marine creatures that depend on them, it's a problem for us humans. Billions of people worldwide rely on the oceans for their primary source of protein. The decline of these ecosystems could lead to a dramatic decrease in fish populations, impacting food sources for billions of people worldwide. Imagine a world where seafood is a luxury few can afford. That could be our future if we don't act now. Air quality is getting worse. A statement that rings true in many parts of the world, where the invisible threat of pollution takes a toll on our health. It's not just about smoggy skies or hazy horizons. The quality of the air we breathe, both outdoors and indoors, directly impacts our well-being. Air pollution, laden with tiny particles and toxic gases, infiltrates our lungs, leading to a myriad of health complications. From asthma, bronchitis, to even lung cancer, the effects can be severe and long-lasting, especially for those with pre-existing conditions, the young, the elderly, and the vulnerable. And it's not just an outdoor issue. Indoor environments can also harbor harmful pollutants. Things like mold, dust mites, and chemicals from everyday household products can degrade the air quality within our homes and workplaces. The reality is stark. Every breath could be doing us harm, particularly in urban areas where the air is thick with pollutants from cars and industry. Lastly, urban areas are becoming heat islands. Let's break that down. Heat islands are essentially urban jungles of concrete and asphalt, soaking up the sun's heat during the day and releasing it slowly at night. This causes cities to be significantly warmer than their rural counterparts. But why does this matter, you may ask? Well, this amplified heat can have some serious repercussions. For starters, it boosts energy consumption. As temperatures rise, so does our reliance on air conditioning, leading to higher electricity bills and increased strain on power grids. But it doesn't stop there. Heat islands also pose a significant threat to public health. Extreme heat can lead to dehydration, heat exhaustion, and even deadly heat strokes. Particularly vulnerable are the elderly, young children, and those with pre-existing health conditions. Furthermore, this intense urban heat exacerbates air pollution, making city air even more hazardous to breathe. So, you see, the heat island effect isn't just about sweltering summers. This increases energy costs, heightens health risks, and generally makes city living tougher during heat waves. These 7 facts are just the tip of the iceberg. We've journeyed through the accelerating climate change, the ongoing Sixth Mass Extinction, our looming water crisis, the rising sea levels, the plight of our oceans, the deteriorating air quality, and the heat island effect enveloping our cities. Each of these is a stark reminder of the severity of environmental issues we're grappling with. But remember, we aren't powerless in the face of these challenges. Each one of us has the capacity to make a difference. Small changes in our daily habits, like reducing waste and supporting sustainable practices, can add up to significant impacts. We can be the generation that reverses the tide of environmental destruction. It's time to step up. Let's not wait for a better tomorrow to miraculously appear. Instead, let's create it with our actions, our choices, and our voices. Start today, because tomorrow depends on what we do right now. Thanks for watching. If you're moved to action, hit like, share this vital message, and subscribe for more impactful content. Let's start a conversation in the comments about saving our planet. Awareness is the first step. Stay informed, stay engaged, and let's make a difference together.